Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are doing another D&D video today, but with a bit of a twist. I have my co-host here, Blondie Chew, but we also have a guest. We have a guest, and that is Conor.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
In our future campaign, he will be one of the other players in the campaign, and today we are going to be doing his character, or as Conor has already told me, characters.
Huh?
I always have several backups ready because when you trust your fate to dice, you can't always be sure that things go well. So I always keep backups.
And I cannot confirm the safety of your characters in this campaign. Shit could really go wrong.
Like, right, so I've got to make another character. I have had one in the background working on, but looks like I'm going to have to bring her out.
So, how do you want to do this, Conor? Have you determined everything about your character, or do you want to go through Aurora with it?
Well, I would say you have Aurora up and we do it that way, but first I would like to explain the concepts of the characters I have in mind, and since Blondie Chew is, to my knowledge, this is going to be her first real D&D experience, I'll outline the concepts of my characters and give a sort of short mechanical thing of where they kind of sit, and I was thinking she can decide out of the 3 options I currently have which one she would like to have as a companion.
Well, we need to just like throw in a random character and just like, hello. Just random wheel it.
Oh, okay, well.
Okay,
Then
so,
I'd say jump in.
yeah, so for the first character idea, it's a character I've wanted to play for a very long time. His kind of backstory isn't a big secret and all that kind of thing. He grew up, he was in an orphanage in a small village out in the middle of nowhere, didn't really interact with many big people, you know, the big fancy nobles and all that kind of thing. He was raised as an orphan, and the only thing that was left with him as a child was a book of Bahamut and Bahamut's teachings. Basically what happened is he was the protector of the other children of the orphanage, and as he grew up, he was just helpful. He helped around the village wherever he could. He did anything he could to help and protect. And then basically the start of his whole adventuring journey was be a massive creature which he didn't know what it was, where it came from, that kind of thing. Everyone else was running, everyone else was trying to get out, and rather than him running, he grabbed a sword, charged forth, and that's when he discovered that he had the ability to smite. And the village essentially helped him to get together what they could. The local blacksmith did give him an old set of plate armor that he'd worn during the wars and stuff that happened. And the blacksmith also made a special metal heater shield for him with Bahamut's symbol on it. And he was basically, they said to him, you are destined for something greater. He doesn't think so. But they said it would be shame for him to stay in a place like this where he couldn't do the good that he was destined to do. Mechanics-wise, he's a big, heavy tank. He's strong, he takes hits, and he is basically a brick wall between the good and anything that wants to harm.
That sounds pretty interesting. I assume a paladin, but could be wrong.
Yes. Paladin, plate armor, sword and board.
Big fucker.
Yeah. Silver Dragonborn is the envisioned race for him.
Okay. So, I'd say let's go through the other two characters, and then depending on which one we settle on, then we'll go through Aurora just to settle down the class, abilities, that sort of thing.
Yeah. The next one is actually, and you're going to have to work with me a little bit on the next two because they're both firearms based. I kind of came up with the concepts before I really spoke with you about it, so I apologize for that. But the first one is envisioned as a tabaxi gunslinger. His backstory kind of falls into he's this suave kind of guy who goes from place to place and makes his money by kind of hustling people out of their work. He is unfortunately a massive coward, and so he tries to stay as far from any fighting as possible if he has to fight in the first place.
So a scaredy cat fights a little fence.
Yeah. His entire skill set is around running, kiting, and when he isn't being chased around by whatever is trying to kill the party, he's up in a tall, high ground position with his, I think I decided on a Jezzail, which is a type of matchlock firearm. And he basically aims down on the battlefield as a sniper type of character.
Okay. I would say in the lore of this world, guns are not common at all. So for him to have a firearm, it's probably a good thing that he's a scaredy cat, because there will be people after him one day for having that.
Yeah, his firearm I've envisioned him having is a very, very rudimentary one with like a massive telescope along the top there so that he can get a relatively good sight on things far away. But yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Okay.
Well.
And then for my third one, yeah.
Just so you know, Blondie, a tabaxi is a cat creature. It's like a cat humanoid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the world of D&D, there are two cat-like races in the tabaxi and the Leonin. Tabaxis are more of your common domestic house cats, or your smaller breeds of cats, where the Leonins are your lions, tigers, the big cats. And the Leonin are a lot more tribal in their kind of cultures.
Yeah.
And then for my third character is a Harengon artificer. Now, you can explain what a Harengon is, because I think you did a little bit of research for them when I mentioned them.
A Harengon is a rabbit anthropomorph, which is basically a rabbit humanoid. They have the feet of a rabbit, I think, but they're like rabbit people, pretty much.
Okay.
They're also known for being able to make impressive jumps, that sort of thing. They have very good sight. And they have Fey luck, which actually kind of fits your character, Blondie, because it's also got Fey lineage.
Yep.
Both blessed by the Fey.
Yeah, so just finishing the concept of him is he is a bit of a oddball, this Harengon, because he is from the Feywilds. And he somehow found his way into your world. He doesn't have a proper sense of social cues and how things work around here. He's very weird, very strange, because they do things very differently, basically. Okay. But he is a sort of genius character, and one of the things, especially with him, is he's working on a magical type of firearm. He doesn't have it functioning yet because he's missing some components.
Okay.
Interesting in the campaign.
Yeah. And
yeah, I can definitely work that into the lore.
And yeah, he He's basically a jack of all trades. If you need him to tank, if you need him to damage, if you need him to do something, he has a gizmo or gadget for almost any occasion.
Which means the benefit I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, Blondie, which of those 3 characters do you feel like you'd want as a
The
companion?
last one might be interesting. I like the first one and the last one. I don't know.
The Dragonborn and the Harengon.
Yeah.
Maybe the third one got a little more going in that we can like just plop into the story. I don't know.
I can fit both into the story easily, so it's not a worry.
Wait, are we playing one character then in our campaign, or are we playing 2 of our characters?
You're each playing a character.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then
It's
I can't plop both in.
No, it can't really.
I mean, if you want to complicate things a lot, you can.
I mean, it's nicely complicated for us.
Yeah, it just...
I'll tell you what, whichever one you choose to play as, the other one I will have as an NPC that you can encounter in the world.
So we kind of need them back up just in case, you kill our character. Because it sounds like you really want to.
I don't want to kill your character.
Joe, that warning at the beginning, they might die.
Bad luck exists when it comes to rolling dice.
Horrific luck exists, and it is either mitigated or made far worse by our decisions.
In our current campaign that I'm a part of, we had one of our characters who's always the most careful about not dying almost die when he got blown up in a building.
Well, I have nothing to say.
Okay, so then, which character are we gonna go through then?
I watched the video on your character, Blondie, and you're going for a sorcerer type, eh?
Yeah.
I would recommend you go for the paladin, just so that you have someone who can front line and tie up enemies from getting to you. But if you really like the idea of the Harengon genius and whatnot, you can go for that too. It just means
going for more story oriented. Like, I like the first guy. He's protective. He's got this whole thing going on. He's there for you. But now he's like the safe option. He's like a great guy. But I feel like the third one has more story going on with him to you. I'm very into the RP, so like I look for something that's going to bring in more of the story. So I don't know.
It could be either. Conor, which one would you prefer playing?
Yeah, you pick. Don't let me pick. It's your character.
The Dragonborn has always been my favorite one, if only because, one, I love the idea of the Dragonborns. I wish they were a little bit more thematic in Dungeons and Dragons. As things go, they're a little bit on the weak side, but this is a character who, as I say, he's taken from a place of isolation with a good family and all that kind of thing, and he is now going out in the world, and he wants to try and do good, and he wants to try and be the good guy. He doesn't have any sense of, oh, I'm this big important person and that kind of thing. He is just a dude trying to make the world a little bit better at the end of the day. The Harengon, on the other hand, he's going around and he's trying to build more gizmos and gadgets, and he's trying to basically learn more about other worlds so that he can incorporate more stuff into his engineering and tinkering and all of that kind of thing. He is literally just out there for self-interest. and things he finds interesting. Roleplay wise, they both offer very good roleplay opportunities, and with Glumper can correct me on this with the world, but there is a lot of like political conflict
there's
and
lots
intrigue
of
going
political
around.
conflict.
Yes, there's a lot of turmoil. And
Yeah,
I will
so-
say that if you pick the Dragonborn, there are 2 Dragonborn factions in the world. Your character would probably be descended from one of them because the other one is mostly slavers. So I could play
It's
around
not
with that a
a
lot
slave.
as well.
Preferably.
So yeah,
If you end up journeying east, you might end up as one, so be careful.
So yeah, both have very good potential for roleplay down the line, and especially if this paladin encounters either evil or morally grey individuals, he is going to have a very, very big problem with all of that kind of thing. And although he doesn't have the sense of self-importance, he does have his paladin tenets that kind of push him to action. So he can't just sit there and go, oh, it is what it is. He needs to do something about it, essentially. Like, if he knows it's going on, he has to act.
Okay. I think the paladin might be your best bet here.
Yeah,
You can
I
always
think you
keep
guys
the
should
Haran-
choose.
I think if you keep the Harangon as the backup character, just in case, that's a character I can easily plop into the world to replace a character. With the paladin, I can write that into the lore, and it can be pretty good.
Okay. So then it is going to be my Dragonborn Paladin.
Very well.
And as a small part of his backstory, while he was still a youngster, a small kid around 12-ish,
Yeah.
he never had a name until that point, and all of the other orphan kids started calling him Cold Snap, because as a silver dragonborn, his breath is it's a cold breath. And they were basically, him and a bunch of the other orphan kids were playing on a frozen lake when the ice started cracking on the top, and him being one of the older ones started helping all of the other kids get off safely. But one of the kids who became one of his best friends, Sylvia, she made a mistake because she got a little bit panicked and she fell in, and him, without a second thought, cracked the ice under his own feet and just swam straight for her in the frozen water.
He's a very noble character then.
Yeah, paladins by law are lawful good. They have a strict code of ethics that they need to adhere to, and they are, in general, good people. There is some darker ones that I can give you for inspiration on more evil NPCs if you want.
I might steal some of that lore, but we'll see.
But yeah,
Okay, well, so you're a silver dragonborn.
Yes, silver dragonborn.
Okay. Would you have any variants like Raven Knight or Dragonblood?
No variants on that one. And I'm just loading up my Aurora sheet so I can guide you through it proper.
No problem.
Paladins only get their oaths and fighting style at 3rd level, so don't have to worry about that.
You will be starting at level 1, of course.
Yeah. The background is folk hero. No variant option for background.
Folk hero. Now, folk heroes come from a humble social rank, but are destined for much more. The people of their home regard them as their champion. Destiny calls you to stand against the tyrants and monsters that threaten common folk everywhere. Literally just a hero.
Yeah. He is the textbook definition of what you would envision a hero to be.
Now, you said you don't want any variant features with that, right?
Yeah, no optional variant feature. His defining event, I stood alone against a terrible monster.
Very well. As per your backstory. Personality traits?
The first one is I have a strong sense of fair play and always try to find the most equitable solution to arguments.
Yeah.
The second one is if someone is in trouble, I'm always ready to lend a hand.
Yeah. You're
Is
ideal.
Yeah, respect. People deserve to be treated with dignity and respect.
Such a goody two-shoes.
Always your comment.
I genuinely cannot play evil characters.
That's fair. And the thing is, Blondie's character also isn't evil, so it wouldn't fit if you were evil.
It would fit if I was manipulative and I could hide it very well, but yeah.
Yeah.
It would give some
There's ways
good party
around it.
friction.
I'm busy creating a chaotic character now. Sorry.
Your bond.
I protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Okay, and do you have a flaw?
The flaw is more of a custom one in that his flaw is more a case of he is always driven to act. Like, he can't just stand still and let things that he knows is wrong just continue on. He has to try and fix it.
So, okay, obviously I can't put like a custom flaw in Aurora, but I'm pretty sure when we put it into D&D Beyond, what is it that we use? It's not Beyond, is it?
Foundry.
Wouldn't we be able to customize this?
Oh yeah, entirely. This kind of features more in the biography section. You can put in a custom thing if you go to the Manage tab at the top there.
Manage.
And you go to Backstory. Then you you can put in all of the custom stuff.
I must actually sit with Blondie and run through the background once that's all settled as well. Because I just basically made it default as much as I could when we were recording, because that video was going on for about an hour already.
Yeah,
but you must actually go back and fix your backstory. So what was your flaw?
Yeah, it's just that he has to act. He can't let things he knows is wrong continue on.
Okay.
And then jumping back to bold, that's it for the background, then ability scores.
Okay, wait, you're bold. Do you not want to do your class first, and then we'll just sort out your ability scores, right?
Oh, I thought you did the class already.
No, okay, so you're a paladin. There isn't anything else here. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, ability scores.
The oath for the paladin and the fighting style get chosen at level 3, so we'll go through that when it comes up.
Yeah. Now, ability scores with Blondie, I do believe we did the randomize, but if you've already rolled your character's ability scores in private, you can just tell them to me and I'll put them in.
If my method of rolling is okay for you, then yeah, I'll just give them to you. Alternatively, we can do rolls on your side as well to determine if it's a little bit different.
Well, what's your method?
Just see.
I do the roll 4d6 and discard the lowest. It literally just gives you the highest chance of rolling the highest possible you can get. And then
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, then I use a little bit of an extra system in that you can re-roll one of your ability scores up to 3 times.
Okay. What I did with Blondie's is we did the random roll and then we went back and smudged a couple of them that felt a little too low or off so that it was balanced. So it was very loose the way we did it.
That's fair. Yeah. And for this particular one, I actually rolled pretty well.
Okay.
I'm currently sitting at a 16 on strength,
Okay.
14 on dexterity,
Yeah.
17 on constitution,
All right.
14 on intelligence and wisdom, and a 14 on charisma. I got kind
Your
of a
You're a
even
little
across the board.
overpowered.
I'm a little overpowered.
A little.
For the ability score improvements, I did a +2 for charisma, so I could get it to a +3. Because paladins, the spellcasting modifier is on charisma, and I did 1 for constitution to buff it up to 18.
Okay, where can I change those? Would that be under proficiencies?
And in ability scores, there should be just underneath them is the ability score improvements in like little bars.
Nope.
Then we might. Then
I'll just make a note of it and I'll just put the scores up here. What were the changes?
it was a 2 + 2 ability score improvement in charisma and 1 in constitution.
Okay. You're quite a strong character, but you are a paladin, so I don't mind it because you're the tank. You're the one who's going to be at the front taking the brunt of it.
If you do,
Yeah.
if you want, you can bring me down a little bit. Like I am willing. I'm willing to throw some dump stats.
He's willing to sacrifice.
He's willing to be nerfed. How noble.
So
I'd
noble.
say intelligence, I want to drop you a little. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
can.
Literally just 1 point, then you go from a +2 down to a +1.
Okay.
And
dexterity, intelligence, and wisdom, you can all drop to whatever levels you like. The paladin's main things are his charisma, constitution, and strength because he's a melee character. You can even drop the strength a little bit because he is being built more as a tank, so constitution and charisma are the 2 main ones that I'm going for.
So I'll keep your strength, constitution, and charisma unchanged. Intelligence, I'm going to drop you down to a 12. And then wisdom, I'm going to drop you down to a 13. Dexterity, I'm not going to touch.
Okay.
Wisdom, I don't want to drop too much because you are a folk hero and it feels right that your character would be a bit more wise with the things he's dealt with.
Okay.
Now, I have nothing there. Proficiencies, I believe, is the next section.
Yeah, languages. I've only got the 1.
Yes.
So I should be able to speak Common, and as a Dragonborn, I always take Draconic.
Yeah, you will be able to speak those two.
Proficiencies are Athletics, Medicine, and Alchemist's supplies for tool proficiency.
He's very prepared.
And tool proficiencies, your alchemist supplies, okay? You are very prepared. Obviously, no feats. And that's about it for the build. Then for equipment, I assume you have equipment selected in yours. So if you can just tell me what you've got and I'll select them.
Yeah, some of it you can change. As I say, he has a couple things in his backstory. If you think it is a little bit on the powerful side, then you can obviously nerf me because I don't want this to be like I'm this uber powerful person.
If it is too overpowered, I might let you keep it and I'll just find ways of nerfing you within the campaign.
So yeah, I have obviously full plate. As I say, it was a heirloom from the blacksmith of the village that he came from.
Yeah.
It is 18 AC and heavy armor. So it is a little bit on the powerful side.
As a paladin, you would have heavy ass armor, so it's fine.
shield and longsword as his
Shield.
main way of attacking and defending.
Okay. Shield and a longsword.
Yeah, then I actually forgot to put this part in. What does the paladin get as his starter pack? Because the starter packs are always good to have. They have a whole bunch of extra things you can use quite often.
Yeah.
So the
Anyone that's hearing
equipment-
people lagging a bit.
I think so. I'm not hearing lag.
Okay, then it's just me. Carry on.
and he's got the explorer's pack.
Explorer's pack. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that's in your inventory?
He does have under equipment, not really, because the explorer's pack gives a whole bunch of extra stuff in there. But
Yeah.
he does have an extra piece of. I've got to find where it is. It's not the trinket. Didn't put it in his notes. Basically, the only other thing he really carries around with him all the time is his book of Bahamut, the teachings of Bahamut.
And that wouldn't really be in adventurer's gear, right?
No, it
will-
is
I will-
a custom sort of trinket item.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a book in your inventory so I can keep a note of it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I
Yeah.
can
Additional treasure
make
and
it-
quest items. A pendant of Bahamut.
Okay.
I have that.
Additional quest item. A pendant of Bahamut, right?
Yeah.
Then, what else is there?
Is
Starter
there?
currencies.
Your currency, yes.
He does come from a small town, so he doesn't have a lot of currency to himself, basically.
Okay.
What I've given him here is like 50 copper pieces and 50 silver pieces that equates to like 5 GP gold worth.
Okay, then we'll stick with that. 5.5 GP. Blondie's a little wealthier. Not much wealthier, but a little wealthier.
My mom gave me the gold.
Damn elves.
I rely on my mama.
And then I think there's nothing else other than your character's details, your name, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, character details, and then anything else that you want to add in on the other notes there.
Okay, well, what is your character's full name?
Okay, as I said, he doesn't really have a name, but he does go by his nickname that the other orphan children gave him, Cold Snap.
Okay. Obviously, you're a male. Alignment is
Lawful
your lawful
good.
good. Do you have a deity?
Yes, Bahamut.
Of course.
Over this.
You can extend 0. Your age?
22.
22. You were born 10 years after the war ended. Your character's height?
6'7". 6'7".
Okay. Weight?
190 pounds.
You're a big, chunky boy.
Yep, he's a big
okay.
fella.
Eye color?
Blue.
And skin/scale color?
Silver scaled. And nothing on hair. Like the...
Well, yeah.
For a Dragonborn, you'd normally put either crested or like tendrils or similar to like dreadlocks and stuff, but yeah, he doesn't really have a specific crest style.
Any additional features based on your backstory?
Nothing really. Well, nothing that I could come up with.
Alrighty. And that is it. I will not touch allies and organizations because that is a whole different can of worms that I'm not going to go into. Your only attack is your longsword. Like your melee attack, I mean.
Yeah, and if you go into the character sheet and generate the preview, you will see I have a very powerful AC of 20.
Yes. Yes, 20 AC. Your hit dice is a 1d10 with a maximum of 14, which will be your maximum. You'll have 14 health starting off.
Yeah, level 1, 14 HP, that is very good. I
Yeah.
think the only one that beats it is the Barbarian because they're a 1d12.
Yeah, barbarians are pretty strong. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they are pure martial classes, so their entire thing is too angry to die.
to do a quick rundown of your character,
I'm not dying for you.
you have multiple proficiencies in different skills, but your best skill is your athletics, in which you have a +5. But you also have a +3 in animal handling, deception, medicine, and survival. Your character has cold
Animal
resistance.
handling.
You have passive perception of 11. Your health is a 1d10 with a maximum of 14, so your starting health, of course, will be 14. You have draconic ancestry. Being a silver dragonborn, your damage type is cold. Your breath weapon is a 15 feet cone of cold damage, and it does 2d6 cold damage. Now, for your other abilities, you have Divine Sense. You can open your awareness to detect the presence of strong evil. You have Lay on Hands, where you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool to restore a number of HP to that creature. These are both done once every long rest from what I can see, but I could be wrong. If you need to correct me, you can.
It's got it pretty good.
And your main attack is your longsword. It can do 1d8 plus 3 slashing damage with a 5-foot range. And that is about it. I will actually send you you can make your character sheet because you have all the tools you need for it. But we are done for your character.
Okay, thanks everybody. That will be it for today, and I hope we'll get to see you all in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Help build the channel. We'll see you all guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.